Phil Davis did a really good job on Revolt last year.
Yes.
Goalless. Him coming back this week, does he get first crack in?
Depends where Revolt plays. He normally plays in the area that Phil will play at. So I would think, Tom, the answer to that is yes. Phil's missed missed a couple of weeks of footy. Well, he's missed 1 week, but one or two?
2 games.
2 games, sorry, 2 games. So that's not ideal for him coming and stand Rewalt. We all know how he plays. He's a champion of the game. You know, his work rate's sensational. So Phil will have his work cut out. But, you know, he needs to come back into our side. His form before he got hurt was very good. He's an important player of our defence, providing he continues to perform. And so this will be another big challenge for him, standing one of the premier AFL forwards, you know, maybe in the history of the game. It's the same with Andy Otten. Same reasons for Andy, that the level they're performing at, and I'm not talking about an expectation that they need to get 3 Brownlow medal votes every week, not at all. But there's a benchmark performance, you know, which is a good, solid performance, which that those guys haven't been able to reach on a consistent basis. And you know, I guess I have a responsibility when it's possible. You know, and there were instances last year where it wasn't possible because of lack of numbers. We have a few more numbers available just at the moment. So I guess my decision is I've got to make sure that selection and playing games are really highly valued. You know, in any team. They'll come back. I mean, they'll come back. Their attitude to their mission has been really positive. You know, disappointment, yes, but you know, clear about what they need to do, and we want them back. You know, because you know, if you had a whiteboard here, Ian, and you had those names up on the board, you would expect Vince and Otten to probably be in your best 22, and we need them in our best 22. So we've got to do a lot of work with them, get them back. It's a huge amount of money, 1.2 billion. I mean, it's what's a billion? 1,000 million. That's unbelievable stuff, isn't it? So I mean, I guess that's what the game can command. Otherwise, the TV wouldn't have paid for it. I mean, you're in that industry, but you'd have a better feel for whether that's value for money, I guess. But and I'm sure the AFL will use it really well. I mean, it's great for our sport. I'm sure there'll be a flow-on effect to the players, and hopefully to all, I guess, the AFL clubs in general, to be able to spend some more in a wise manner to increase the value of our sport. With the state of our team, where it's at, you know, in terms of its development and the profile of it, every game for us will be important. And what I mean by that, I mean, if you had the composition of a Geelong side, okay, or a Hawthorn side at the moment, as an example, they have a great capacity to win 5, 6 in a row. So if they have a bit of a, you know, if they found themselves 1 and 3, like we were, you know, they could clearly put 6, 7 games in a row and come out of that quickly. We're not at that development yet. So every game we play is hugely important. And whether we win, lose or draw this one, you know, next week's game against Melbourne is going to be, will have the same importance. Our group understands that. We don't spend a lot of time talking about the win-loss ratio. We know where we need to go with that, but most of our discussion is about what we need to do to try and, you know, change this, rather than lose by 6 points against Carlton, try and get, you know, to win the game. So that's where most of our focus goes.
Scott Stevens, where's
Yeah, Scotty, I had a really, once again, another good conversation with Scott on Tuesday. Okay, this is what we're doing with Scott. Scott's going to continue to rest, and when he rests, he feels really good. Okay, so he's going to continue to do that, and then when he feels good, he's going to rest some more. And how long will that be? I don't know. It might be another 1 or 2 weeks, and then he'll recommence his training, and hopefully he'll feel fine when he does that. He will then come back through the SANFL, and hopefully get back into our AFL team. There's certainly been, and he's really positive about it. I mean, he's obviously exhibiting a lot of self-responsibility, as he should, and the club, I think, is doing the same without putting any pressure on Scott to come on. You know, wouldn't mind just standing Rewald or whatever. But there's been no discussion at all. In actual fact, it's all been positive, Tom, in terms of he wants to play AFL footy again. So it's not retirement or end of careers. Scott's had all the testing done and probably more. You know, tests that have been done, and we've obviously contacted some of the best people in the world. And he's had all those tests, and they've all come back positive. So if I showed you all the medical records, I mean, Scott is cleared to play. Medically, he's cleared to play. But the number one test, of course, is how does the player or the athlete feel? And clearly, he's been through it before. He's not going to put himself out in an environment, a dangerous environment, if all his senses are not sharp and alert. I certainly wouldn't do it. I don't expect anyone to do it.